Assalamualaikum and good morning. I received a question on how to format the output string that we send out either to console or to the dialog box. Now, we have seen in our previous example where we use system.out.print when we want to take input from the users, as well as system.out.println when we want to output. Basically, the println method it works exactly the same like the print method, but it's just print a line separator after that. Now, and if you notice, system.out is actually a standard Java object for the console. So the println method, print method, and we are going to discuss on printf method is actually belongs to the print writer class in Java. Okay. And in order for us to format, I'm going to show how to use the printf method. Printf method, originally it comes from the C programming language. It is a very well-known and very versatile formatting function. It was called a printf function under the C package. I think the stdio package in C. It gets so popular that it gets to be ported into Java because of its flexibility on how to format our output. We can format string, we can format character, numbers, either we want decimal points and whatnot. Okay, so I'm going to I've simplified the problem or the program that we have previously. This is again the salary problem. I've simplified so that we don't have to bother taking input from the user. I've set the hours to 100 and the period is also fixed. Now we are going to focus on the printf method. So if I just go ahead and run this code, you will see that the output is 100.0. The salary is 100.0. The 0.0, one decimal place, because the variable salary is from the double data type. Okay, but we can format that into whatever excuse me, into how many decimal places that you want. So let me comment this out. Okay. By the way, I'm using Java and IDE for this video. Let me save that and run. Okay, now you see here the salary is, you see the spaces there, and then 100 with 2 decimal places. Okay, what happened is the way we use the printf method is different from using the println as well as print method. Because if you see in println and print method, we concatenate the string with the variables. That means in our long sentence, we chop our sentence and concatenate with the variables so that the values of the variables will be replaced in that output string. But if you use the printf method, we encapsulate, or we put all the string together. The first parameter, you see, we have 2 parameters here in the printf method. The first one is the actual string, and within the string we put the holder to specify the format of the variable, and we push all the variables to the back. Now in this case, I only have one variable, which is salary, but in my string I can have a very long string together with the new line character, and I can format it into 2 or 3 lines and still get the same effect by specifying all the variables in sequence according to the format, to the holder that we specify in the string. Now here you have the salary is 10.2f. Okay, why I use f? Because salary is of data type double. Okay, now 10.2f, basically what it says here is we are going to output. The compiler know that we are asking it to output a floating point item, okay, which is salary, and we're talking about the salary variable. So we are going to output that, and salary is a floating point item. It has 10 spaces. Okay, it consists the output of the value salary will consist of 10 spaces, including a decimal point, and 2 digits after the point, after the decimal points. So basically, we will have 7 digits allocated, or 7 spaces allocated before the decimal point, and we have the decimal point, and we have 2 spaces after the decimal point. Okay, because we have that 10 spaces there, you will see these trailing spaces before the 100, which doesn't look nice. Okay, and if I want to change the number of what should I say, the number of decimal points, I can change here. Maybe I just put 4. Oops. And I run again. You see, there will be 4 decimal points. But I don't like these trailing spaces because I put there 10, and I can change it to another to different value. But that is not really important. The most important part is I can even drop the entire thing. I just put dot. Okay, so %.4f, meaning we are telling the compiler, look, I have a number. I don't know how big is the number, but I want you to scale accordingly, but just give me 4 points after 4 spaces, 4 decimal points. 4 spaces after the decimal points. Okay, so when I save this and execute, it will look nice, because that 100, even though the value is 100 or 1000 or very big number, the number will be scaled accordingly following the value of the output, which is the salary. Okay, so basically that's it. You can play around with it. You can also see what happens if you put 1.4f, because our output is 100, but we only allocate 1.4, which doesn't really make sense, because 1 indicate the total number of space, including the decimal point and the spaces after the decimal point. But don't worry about it, because Java will scale according to the actual value. You can try for others as well. Basically, %f, we use it for floating numbers, and we can use %b for boolean. You can Google that. %c for character, %d for decimal integer, %s for string. Okay, so try that out. All the best. Have